John Kabonko and a Kasa say, you might be because who Mamupa and Nippa be Ednam airborne once of him, as a woman tax force. Sabaya and share now when two sa and a more farm fast uncle for one, a better than papa.
Near course so ewa ablekumana no efia day yamentime hwase man humene so ewa beko wo mo eto aba mrashebedwani edam so ama NPP dom kuma ewa mrashebedwamane wo mo ayem centralfo nhemu afa ho mo chemu sede course wo ho no no eyade a ema yekebi mame nkebi no enko nanim
ansam bi eka we mo ho eni abobo no anwumre yi ya ede eba besomo yede mo seda ema go sim travel and tour Eden Hills Residential Services Account Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship afi enagad eya person wo nyina ka ho bie ena nwumre yi wo boa eso yasene ye de nsami eba besom ho akenkanfo mi no omahene kofi asempa enemedin mene
na nekwia achireba acha ibusu ma yentwa ye ho enkomra na ensem no enchemu ankasa yemfa ensomo yeba sesia Harishima ma yensan so na yemu akwaba emra kase yi eso yefi kase no enchemu ase ye kokopie mu ewo asante mantem na ene Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahamo akwakopie mu ewo honom ne nyina no eye aseda wode ko edema dehye no ma wo mo ewo asante mantem titirum eye omahene oda eye asante man no ano wakire mu se ye kwakoto obe wo mbomodin a efiri wo mo pemu eto aba edema no wose ebinsi da se beto aba na NDC amanyoku no ebenya ne dodo no ewo asante mantem nenso 2024 de yekokoto ye de wo mbomodi ama wo mo hunu se ampa wo mo age NDC atuma eno nam sunti wo mo to aba no edema no wose woda wo ma se papa ye toso ebiemu nso wo hye wo mo bose sese yi de kase national cake na eyade wo no ena se kan no ekuta no entu wo cheche nya de obetwitwa na wogya eye asante man wo ma wo mo ebi ubetwa no wacha ne pepepe ama wo manya wo mo chefa wakire mu se obehwe na watwa ne nyina so ede ama wo mo se de beya asanteman no ebetimi afa ne ntuma pa efra esanse yeyi nkran efi ho no modi a asanteman titirium eye kumase ena etoaso
ene se yede endase ebemma asanteman nyina ene adesronko a abato etwa mu yemaye senior kan no ya to abato ato and so hwe efri abra yede 1992 constitution eto yeso no say sabato a yeto ye na esronko kra party bia enya seat bako 2/3 ewo parliament wo hwe vote so aminya ya na eche se eyesronko na yamamre echere se nipa ye opapa adechia oso okobokokoko na odanase ye bible ngoma Thessalonians etienne muhu ye hanna na eyenase ene ede ba abemma yewura ye bibia asante wura otufo osai tutu otoso mienu ene na hemfo na hemafo asantefo nyina ye zongo ahemfo abra ye campaign ye ba mo so ye ba mo nanso ahemfo ye ba mo ahemfie mo giya wa tu efutuo bi a esefata mo de maye ena nyame eye adoma enne yasa aba abedi Ghana nim na nyameka ne se wo hwe Ghana ha wo yi Greater Accra fi ho a Ashanti region ena ediechi se population yakas brofoka some population Asante region ena ediechi enti bibia yebeye ama Greater Accra no na e wo se yehwe Asante nso eye bi wo ha enti bosha mema mu ne se medamo ase na se eba se na brofoka samu ye friend national cake no me na mikura sekan no se eba se ye twa na ye che Asante man monsa ebeka mo chefa ha ene se ye de endase ebema Asante man nyina ene adestron
so for ya wo hwe wo man nyina mode ensam so e de atodwa ya wo kire se wo hwe kane bi na dum so a na ye wo mu na sade e ya de akane na e ha edi o man nya yie papa enso dansan wo hwe enema enseseye ene akade ahodo amampani e de agu na akwan mu a wotumi won se bibia asakra pa ye koye nimu yie papa wo de sansem nyina atudwa abra na government accountability series a ekoso brano ene wo de ugoda de no so atudwa ene wo ka sansem nyina e de to nsentwofo enim.
May I now, with your permission, turn my attention to the power sector. That is the electricity sector. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we can confidently say that Ghana's energy sector is indeed showing signs of stabilization and improvement, driven by ongoing reforms aimed at addressing both technical and financial challenges, as well as modernizing infrastructure. The persistent and erratic power outages that had plagued the country when we assumed office during the beginning of the year has witnessed a remarkable improvement and reliable supply of power. And you can attest to the fact that we are now experiencing reliable, uninterruptible supply of power. This Sunday, when we were undertaking the upgrading of the ENI facility to increase gas production, some people went to town and christened that Sunday as National Doomso Day. Fortunately, through the collaborative effort with all the stakeholders and our technical team, we were able to conduct that operation successfully without switching even 1 megawatt off. And when I went to social media, some people said they were very disappointed. Others said that the Honorable Minister had forgotten that he has to switch the lights off. It all attests to the importance of electricity, and we'll do everything we can to ensure that we build on the gains we've made and consolidate the gains we've made. As you may recall, I directed a comprehensive program towards reducing the incidence of unplanned outages because it was becoming too much. This program involved patrolling buildings, billboards, vegetation, as well as those from rainfall. We identified most of these defective equipment and lines and have been working on them aggressively. And I want to commend ECG under the leadership of Engineer Pekwena for the tremendous work they've done so far. They've constituted 4 gangs alone for Accra, working on a 24-hour shift in line with the President's vision. And when we identify a problem, they swiftly move in to address those challenges.
2018 September busume emu ena abandada na mampeni na nadudan kwa kufuado ena edano edeba yesese seyi edie senyamia dom na fantitie mu se obeye ochechireni ewo mangana mu a ewo se bomodia na okokocho ensohwe na ehunu se ampa oye krado se nkodai ubetimi akire wo mo adie anase wuntimi enkire wo mo adie na semwe eba beto odwa no ite wo mo de tu so eye Ghana Teacher licentiate examination ene obeti yesi nkofo pempem akotworo emu miensa pe ne twa yem nye 600 yesi wo mo Felipoto obehunu no obitifie wenya adwuma anya ni nyina no ye licentiate exam so kokotworo ye no enti wei ena sese wosofo a Ghana ye nyina ye ni mo no eye onmonyafo Harry na Idris kiremu a saade ne de tintontan August boso ye de ye ne mo enko na wie ye pe wo mpese wo beti din kura e wo man yi mu biem wose teacher ni wanya akotwe ni college awie no wo akwanya esan so betimi wie se chese kura no wo kyera de no obi a wakotena ho no mo afa ntetie mu ama watimi abodi krata ebikuta no ene wontimi enkyera de enti ono hu ni se wanyina no eye time wasting wo wesi ni pane time keke untimi mfa na adwuma mu akache ni plane so obabi aduro no ye fa nkofo akirei yebe fa bia ka ho ne ba se wonkotwo nsofye na yi bi firim fa bi hyemu no wose eno no emwa enti efiri na yi a ede ekoyi ede wabomodi aka chimpanifo se womonhwe na saade no womontwam emfa emfi honom opanipa ede ensamu etudwa ewo abeko a empanifo bia yapa womo se womo enko eye National Teaching Council no wonne womo edi enhyiamu ena ensamu body tudwa ewo honom.
You that under the Education Regulatory Bodies Act 2020, Act 1023, you have the responsibility to regulate teaching profession in Ghana. Part of it will be even advising the minister, sector minister, on matters relating to teachers, setting professional standards, licensing teachers, overseeing a more important function of the continuous professional development of teachers, and also regulating institutions that train teachers, and promoting teacher professionalism and accountability. Therefore, Chairman and members of this council, your responsibility is onerous. When teachers guide well, learners learn and they become better off. You also need to work to improve the cooperation and collaboration of all the stakeholders in the sector, be they teachers, community leaders, parent teachers association, and even the teachers themselves. And the other day, you heard me on behalf of the President give full backing to the Ghana Education Service, and for that matter to teachers, that where it borders on any matter of indiscipline, it is not the attitude of this government to play with a carrot, because that indisciplined child may affect the growth and development of others who are completely innocent and who want an opportunity to grow. Therefore, teacher-parent relations and even teacher-people relations, you must pay particular attention to it. In Ghana, when learners give feedback, teachers feel disrespected. That should not be the case. That should not be the case. When you are teaching and you get feedback from teachers that they don't properly understand you, in our culture, the teachers treat that as disrespect. That should not be the case. The feedback must help you improve your professional delivery in terms of it. So let me once again congratulate you. There is still the vexed matter of teacher licensure exams. The last of it must be concluded not later than 30th August. So, Chairman, if there is a last opportunity of those who sat and couldn't make it, that process should not travel beyond 30th August. So you are to work with the registrar, get us a firm date, and we put that off. I should particularly that under the education.
Abai etimpo enese brano bia dwumadi ahodo ya ekoso no obebo amane amagana fo nyina aso ativi watuden say government accountability series. Edwoda nkoda ena fifida eda ya etai ekoso pa se de be ya Ghana fo nyina behunu nsiseye ahodo ya aban de agu akwam eboa oman no na ene de ekoso ema aswafo ya wohwe oman yi nyam hoden so nyamfo John apu jinapo ekokasa no wo kire se waye kradro ya enche bia wode enkratasem eko emrase bedwafie na wahwe ama empenifo agye atum se asoye bia no swafo bia woda no ebe yisu esan ya eyusu electricity bi enyam hoden pa na kanedia yetofa ngugumu no yebetwe ho ede afiri hu sanse se ye ne se ye beboa papa ama sika ye de tofa ngo ne dodo mu no eswate na se wobegitum ema asoye ahodo no wo mo dada no esase se wo mu yusu afi wo metrem ama mantem bia so mpenifo ahodo ene abaadwuma efo ahodo nso so atimi ayusu bi se de betimi aboa ama sika adane da nyina ye de tofa ngo no eso atimi atepa.
As part of our street lighting project, I'm happy to announce that we've commenced the installation of all-in-one solar street lights. We intend to do 23,500 units covering a distance of 700 kilometers so that gradually we can take solar as the main focus and move our street lights away from the grid. The street lights depend largely on the grid, and unfortunately, these street lights come on during the peak period. The difference between the peak period and the off-peak period can range around 400 to 600 megawatts. And these street lights alone accounts for more than 200 megawatts. And so if we can take them off and put them on solar systems, it means that we'll be shaving off about 200 to 300 megawatts, and that will contribute significantly towards efficiency in the sector. We are working very hard to also bring some departments, agencies, and government schools and clinics on board by installing solar rooftops. And if we do that, it means that would also be bringing about efficiency and reducing the electricity bills of these institutions. A couple of weeks ago, we launched our EV promotion program so that these EV vehicles would depend on solar for charging. I commissioned the first one at the Energy Commission, and as part of government efforts, we are importing the first EV vehicles for government agencies. So very soon you will see ministers driving EV vehicles. We'll roll it out to other departments, and heads of agencies, some of who are here, would be driving EV vehicles powered by solar power. We will, in collaboration with the private sector, extend it to commercial drivers and other users so that EV vehicles would become a norm as far as the nation is concerned. This year, the ministry is developing a 5-year strategic document for the implementation of renewable energy and our green transition agenda. This will serve as a blueprint to guide us so that Ghana can make strides when it comes to renewable energy. May I now, with your permission, turn my attention to the power sector. That is the electricity sector. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of our street lighting project, I'm happy to announce.
Dr. Edward Omaneboama na suye. Na enre yada eno bebo mani sese yi edie hwe oban Ghana mu a eye asrafo yi ebia empo ankorankora etimi ehai womo na womo di womo achi ene bebi okobia no wone no na eko okuta na konwa ne bag ene de keka ho wo sesa nneoma ne nyina no sese etintontan ye twam aban no enipa na empo no betimi adi nachi ene enkofo bi wo hono ma eno no ho behia sa asrafo ebedi womo achi sa nkofo ne pe ena ombetimi edi womo achi ne ba sankorankore ojumayeni anasempo businessman bi na wodi bedi wo machi de wo se dabi uhia escort uhia obi obebo ho ban a aposifo adwuma eno no enti kɔ hɔ no ma na wo mo ama obi ensam we beto odwade ene epinso obi e kanede obi atwena basa ene sere se de obetimi akyere mu ebi obi mo se ebei emeboa obi mo so se ebeboa papa esanse no kora beboa ama empo no yasra domo no wo mo so de bia no wo mo anim abanyam wei enam so enti ama enem chairman edema defense any interior committee a ewo eye mrashebedwam openipa wono kwaya na eye boeza north mrashebedwani onmonyafo James Agaga ensamtwafo ebomode abopini no ene ebusa no semba kumienu se ensamu beto odwayi kura no sen ene wo fa no wo kire mu se na ne je ho ebeboa entino aban ne hwe na wonto so enye esanse obibia owo man Ghana mu no ekire wo mo ebetiase na wo mo atene yie.
I'm sure the defense minister and his outfit, working in conjunction with the coordinating outfit of national security, definitely would have done some assessment and then come to the conclusion that the police are the right agency of state to protect public officials, ministers, MPs, etc. Those assessments definitely would have been made, and the conclusion is that the police would be the appropriate agency to protect our VIP. Basically, centered on the mandate of the immigration service, their role, their challenges, and the oversight and responsibility of the Committee for Defense and Interior. I mean, it was part of our oversight mandate. So they brought to the fore some of the issues, the successes they have chalked over the period. I mean, how to deal with the challenges that they are confronted with in the course of the execution of. I'm sure the defense minister and his outfit, working in conjunction with the coordinating outfit of national security, definitely would have done some assessment.
Abai ebaye jumadi ba ko de sina ni so pa ne se obetu former gudie ya yetu emfamra kwa so a yato ne din galamse yi obetumi atu ase nam so ama task force ahodo de ene o mate bebre na anti galamse task force ya na nsentem o ma hye omdwumadie ya se dipa bonfo bi so na mase ya wo so o mato o ho din saa bi ya wo so ejeje nkrofo yi esika ene ade na enam so ama association of small scale miners wo mo ayensem twofo nhye mo akasa e de afasa de hu se animanim ye yaban entunwa na mo pa na sa illegal anti galamse task force yi yenhwe na yenyu mfiri o mayi mukura sanse wo mo tete o manfo dodo na chairman edema koi eyowura Andrew Saban wakasa ya wo kire se ura mu secondary bekwai offenso ena afi pristia mansini nim ho no mu a eho ena sa illegal task force yi wo mo ye o madwuma pa ene mo pa na sika akoi ena matu a no ma gide nyina e de afiri mu nsem ye ha twene afiri machines ahodo na o matwaja to machine nyina ayade a e ha o mo ye papa to mo sere se ni manim ye yin penifo hwe na untu ho na mo ma wo.
Human rights and corruption concern across various mining communities in Ashanti, Western North, Upper East, Eastern, Western, and Savannah regions. Countless hard-working small-scale miners are being targeted and terrorized by those meant to protect them. Politically exposed persons manipulate security agencies for profit and power, undermining formal small-scale mining activities. Some police officers and other security agencies, sometimes acting under this influence or protection of power, political figures, storm mining sites with impunity, confiscate equipment, demand illegal payments, and in some cases, violently eject miners from land they have legally licensed to mine. Some police checkpoints target miners in possession of gold and accuse them of illegal possession of gold despite engaging in legitimate mining operations. Behind many of these operations are politically exposed persons, individuals who, using their influence and connections, have turned public authority into private enterprise. These politically exposed persons manipulate security agencies, exploit regulatory loopholes, and backs illegal miners to take over lands, concessions, not for the sake of the environment or law, but for profit and power. Classical example is one at Takwa, a license mining concession at a Pinto mine site, whereby a Ghanaian with legitimate documents have been sacked from his site and given to Chinese. As we speak, for more than 4 to 5 months now, a Ghanaian who owns that site is at home. And these political exposed people are behind Chinese and they are working on that side. Another classical example is one at Dormont in the Upper West region. Security agencies went and ransacked the whole place, sent our members out of business, and they are controlling the place as we speak. Another one is at Okomoya, which is Bebieni, and we don't know what is going on. And the last, not the least, our own General Secretary in Samai, in the Eastern region. These so-called political exposed people are behind illegal miners who have gone there as we speak. They have excavators all over, and they are mining on Lance's small-scale mining site. And we sack them, they go in for them, national security went for them, they will go and come back, and they will still operate. As we speak, they are there mining now. So this type of things.
Amanyo ensem emu. If you dey etwemu e na ye nyina ye bom madian kokopie mu ewo Ablekumanov na ye kwakoto aba ye yibra hyebedwane ewo honomo esanse abato ye te no 2024 no wo mo de na besi sabere no wo mo enya obi a wo begina wo manemu ewo mra hyebedwam ne senti ECD ba ye sempo no wo mo ensign call police stations makomako dunko no wo mo konkoto ne biem ewo honom na bra ye kwakoto aba ne de ene wa wo hweme na nwumre obi ehunu bi atwade bobi koso wo hono manam sokrama oba sima pa na wada fom eda ayaya na waba ni nsam ni nyina ne se ebi mu ekire mu wo hu nanim kora no na wo se wo mo etubam no ni nyina ka ho bi ena sotoro wotimi agibi we nam so amaganafo akire wo mo adwen ede afa ho fiada yi ba yi de wati ye bia ekire na adwen ena NPP amanyokuo no edom kuma ewo mra hyebedwam wo mo atenase ayenhyemude na wo mo kasafa ho no wo mo kire mu se de akoso ne de na nya etietie ka bi ma minka bia mamuo no eso papa wo mo kire mu se ka bi ma minka bia mamuo no ka be se bi mo ede etotofom ewo manga na mu a ewo sa ban timi sori na sa nneoma we nyina no wo kasa etia titiri sa ban no wo mo be ya adwen pa de a wo mo kire mu se asam si ye no ye kokobusa ma me ha na bisiu ensem bi na se de wo si efa na asam no ba bi ofafiri ye no na wo mo hunu se ampa sebe wo mo nyanse se wo mo adwen de koso kora no ebi mo ho no mo aha wo mo enti na ban no hwe na sankofo eti se ma me ha na bisiu ene empo oru abasentali Malik wone wo mo enkasa wo sannyoma no ho esansa blekuma no yabato ene ekokoto ye enya ntokwa ene ekokokon ye wo honom na ne wo bi a wotena eye minority na nemu na wone Ghana fo etwetwe enkomo eye Atiwa West ma hyebedwane ma me Asante Laureate Koko wono ene Ghana de hye ene nsamtwefo ebo nkomo yi
whether Ghana continues on the path of democratic governance or slides towards the normalization of political violence. The international community is watching. Ghana's development partners are watching. Most importantly, the Ghanaian people are watching to see whether their president will defend democracy or protect those who attack the political parties or journalists or regular citizens. The Minority Caucus demands the following actions: the immediate dismissal of violence-endorsing officials. President Mahama must immediately dismiss Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisu from her position as CEO of the Minerals Development Fund and Malik Basintale from his role as acting CEO of the Youth Employment Agency. Their celebration and justification of violence against opposition figures disqualifies them from holding any public office. This dismissal must happen to demonstrate that the government does not condone political violence. All individuals involved in the Blekuma violence must be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The police must provide daily updates on their investigation and arrest. There can be no impunity for those who attack our democratic process. The Ghana Police Service must conduct a thorough investigation into their security failures, including the alleged role of Chief Superintendent Lumor Frederick Sunanu. Any officers found to be complicit in the Ablekuma North violence must face immediate dismissal and criminal prosecution. We condemn the Ablekuma North violence and personally apologize to Honorable Mavis Habakumsun, Nanepe Friye, and all the victims of the violent attacks. His statement must be unequivocal and without any qualification or justification for the violence. To the people of Ablekuma North and the Ghanaian people, do not allow determine whether Ghana continues on the path of democratic governance or slides to...
Na ni nyina NDC mpenifo ya womo ewo enkuru ahodo ensia eso Zabila Garu Boko Central Benduri Tempani enafi Pusiga na National Executive si ena womu hia hono a womo yes ansɛmtrofo enhia hu na womo kyerɛ sɛ womo hwɛ enema ahodo a ekoso ewo Boko no a ha adwene yi pa sanse womo manfo ye wo ho ehunu ne sɛ aye womo ban na ewo so enu ti de ekoso nyina mfa wo ho womo na mana ye de womo sɛ tenetene womo so saa na ebi twe womo na womo ɛto womo ho so to womo ho eba ne saa ha adwene enu ti enoma ye nsɛmtrofo enhia mu ka kyerɛ aban yi sɛ animanimu ye yi anamotu bi asefata bi aban yi entu sa anya saa womo ebetwe womo ho de afiri ndisi amanyuko ni musanse dwumadi a womo di de bo amanyuko yi ema amanyuko no etimi beforo Ghana banwa tena so no ni nyina esefata pa ese womo so made hiade aban yi ebehwe na wo beye de ama womo sanse niam ahodo a ekoso no edo mo nkwa na etu asanyem ewo empeso ahodo a boss wo de ekire wo no na abra womo tena se communication director edema omanfo wo Boko Central Yusuf Otumba wono na chipre ene sentwofo ekasaya
Kosok traditional area, and the press conference dated 15 July 2025. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we begin by expressing our profound gratitude to Almighty God for preserving our lives in these perilous times. We also thank you, the men and women of the media, for promptly responding to our urgent call in this critical moment of betrayal, bloodshed, and impunity. We, the undersigned National Democratic Congress constituency executives from the 6 constituencies within the Kosok traditional area, Benduri, Boko Central, Pusiga, Garu, Tempani, and Zabila, stand before you today, deeply alarmed and outraged by the deteriorating security situation in Boko and the total failure of this government to protect the lives, dignity, and rights of the very people who gave them power. On July 30, 2025, the people of Kosok woke up to what can only be described as a state-sponsored assault, not only on civilians, but on the very soul and authority of our traditional leadership. In an appalling and indefensible act, the military desecrated the image of our revered overlord, His Royal Majesty Zuran Bokunaba, by setting ablaze his statue, an act so vile and provocative it amounts to declaration of war on the people of Kosok. The justification for this barbarity, a reported attack by unknown persons on Mampusi buses and the military escort. While we do not condone violence in any form, no civilized or lawful state responds by massacring innocent women and children, invading schools, brutalizing students, and injuring 2 of them. This is not law enforcement. This is state terrorism, and it will not be accepted under any circumstances. Let it be known, the Kosok people have reached their limit. During the 7th December 2024 election, while the rest of Ghana voted for hope and progress, the Kosok people voted not just for development, but for survival, placing their trust in the NDC and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, believing his administration would deliver justice and peace through the rule of law. That trust is now dangerously eroded. The government, instead of taking bold and lawful action to resolve the chieftaincy conflict, has outsourced responsibility to the Asantehene. The perpetrators of violence walk free, a worsening crisis, deepening mistrust, and a growing perception that the government has chosen political expediency over justice. As the frontline leaders and campaigners of the NDC in Kosovo, our lives are under serious threat, not just from the crossfire of violence, but from the growing anger of our own people, who now see us as enablers of a system that has betrayed them completely. We refuse Kosovo
Paramount
traditional area.
Great Commission Television. So you're dying home, you're bar, you're to be called Amahudo so and some.
Hallelujah, Nyankopon tumi wo so. Nyankopon wo sra e wo so na se wo pese wo kope emu nimdie se na be ya betuma ye adwuma wo wiye brei mu a na ikamfo Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship kama ene dia mawo. Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship esi Apostle Joseph A. Jackson Sreso pe. Ministerial training courses ahodo pi na yeye wudi dwuma bi ewo Nyankopon fie na sa opentete a apostolic ministry training ewo homa yeye prophetic ministry training, pastoral or teaching ministry training, women ministry training, youth ministry training and so ho, Christian missions and church planting training, evangelistic ministry training and so ho, eldership or lay ministry training and so ewo ho kama for eye ediama wo kama ewo Unique Icon International School a ebe Royal Ravico Hotel ewo Nungwa ewa Kraheya Freyen 0500-200-033 ana 0246-819-345 so obejentete ewo kama enyema we bi na osabetumi aka ministerial license any credentials, apostolic consecration for apostles, prophetic consecration any ne akeka hu nyina won sabetumi aka bi. Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship kama where servant leaders are trained.
Ramana neba Ghana ope baby atna emretia wabi uye Ghana ni nenso hwehwe baby na de otiato emretia wabi ntem mamenka fo Jessica Villa Mao esansa hode e atna ye kama ya wo mo bibie bi ho adaya yesiesie mu ene kitchen wo mo swimming pool or rooftop ena penso woni ma hodo bebreboa emo wani die no wasetena ewie pay Jessica's Villa ewo East Legon ajega no ye ne kane mampani JJ Rollins fie ene dim hwanimu e ya fraying L plus 2335919406222 and now plus 2332051440001. Ubetwinso WhatsApping L plus 447944022 and now send your email nanasapon70@outlook.com. Jessica's Villa bra ni ebe somo sompa ni ama watna ye papa.
Ebusia mayan sanso na yamu akwaba emakase yi eso yebobodia na yakọ obi manso eno wakọ kwoche hono so enkomo bia efi hono eba ene enwumrei na eye 2020 bos afeno emo ena okopiemu ewo Pakistan wo mo wiemu hyen ba ko etuye na wiemu hyen yi ekwa baabi a woko wanu ene wokwote hweye enam so ema nimpa makomako aduokono enso 97 wo mo nyina etwere wo mo enkwa enam so enti ema Britain wo mo de betu dwase eba wo mo hono mo dia wo mo hu ne se empono eye saa plane ya efa ewiem efri Pakistan no enkoyie enioma enkoyie wo ho wo mu hiansiesie enti no se empanifua ewo Pakistan wo mu ntena ase ne wo mu nyansiesie pa dia se wo mbema wo mu wiem hyen atu afiri wono mo ede akọ eye UK na empo UK die so afiri wono mo akọ Pakistan ne de eni adabra ka wo mo enye saa mene wo ekase 2020 mu ebesi eye 2025 na chese mfie makomako enum eni nie na eno na ene air safety committee a eno no ewo UK womo ekokotena se na ne nyina ene se womo eko eye aviation safety improvement meeting na meeting yase eno openipa wono eda womo ano se Britain High Commissioner editu dwase se yi edie nyame adom womo ahwe hunu ni se Pakistan womo asesa womo nuamam enti no wiamuhyan ahodo no so ne sese bia wose womo ye bia no womo aye enti ne firi na akoyi womo betimi atu afiri womo honomo ede aba bese akọ UK sanso na UK nso ebetimi atu afiri wonom na wode akọ Pakistan a eno no wode tudwa na wei ena prime minister edema Pakistan nso eye Rashibez Sharif wono so ede atodwa se eye wo mani so papa se empo no sese yi ede empanifo ede atu wo manim se ombetimi eyi akwane abadie amana koso ewo mo mienu entem enti wono so ede eye mo ene yo ebema eye Britain empo UK empanifo ene wo mo a wo mo ekeka ho wo mo nso wombejatum ansa na wiamuhyan ni bi entum firi wo mo honko baabia no wombehwe se etiapo ejina ne nan so na empo owione anasa to yenchema esiye no anko sibiem
awusan to aso na yenko anigide ensem emu Ghana ajumtuni ya etia dodo na dinim no eye oji na wakasa na wode atodwa ya wo kire se eya na empepi no o my Ghana se ye fa se bia awade ene empratwe a ya na ye nseda ntiase esanse se ye fa awade se pa eye se nipa mienu ate wo ho ase na wo matena wade nemum se ye ka se bia ye twempra ya potoka sam ye candidate ya eno ankyere se bia abrante ne ababa wa atena no omo ya awafo anase nipa mienu ene ntena na dating no enkoso dabi dating no se ne nkyeremu se bia abrante ebehia emadodo na wono nyina adi nkomo enkomodie no na wahwe ahunu se asumasi obenten anasa ababa wayi ene se fatame se metumi ene natena enkomodie se wono mbedidi nkomo a na wahunu se bia ya anasa adwa ene se fata se wono ne betena enye se bia ena kwaso dabi nye ne sa na emum wono mu didi nkomo na wabisa no ti no se bia bema ene ma bebre tu anamon a wohwehwem na wahwe de se fata no ya na ye nsada nte ase yi wo se de ka na courtship no se eno ba ebeba abra de ti na twam wahunu se asumasi ene ye mam ya metimi na tena eho no ansa mo ba be ye courtship na fe akwakọ wi awade na wo wie kura no ena wode to aso a wo kire se eneyi awade ahodo a ye de ye friend se traditional marriage no wo kire se eno ne awade kan na nkasa pa eya na empempi ye se ye traditional marriage wi ansa yakwakọ ye white wedding wo se white wedding eno ne de ye hia traditional marriage na ye ka na fie de no eno ne awade kan ye se ye hwe ema ye ni koso na enkonko fa brofo de mfa metetare ye ho na white wedding na pop ni nyina da wo kire se ehu hia se ye pa awade kan na nkasa eno ene de ya to de se efie de no ene de efata yen se akanfo ma enyina oje nsem so na adwumre nsem e de beso mo se Paramount News no ye fa ni nyina emra na we de aseda e ma go sem travel and to be bo papa mo kontu sem nyina atimi agina brane e de ama oba no passport ho nsensem website nyina to behwe na waye ne kama e de ama Eden Hills Residential Services se brai obebo amo asase ho nsensem nyina atimi agina ye e de ama se wo pedan e na ato ne nyina da obehwe ai ne sa e de ama Center for Apostolic Ministerial Apprenticeship bo amo ani so de hunu nyina atimi de apamu ama wo e wonyame adwuma yom Eden Hills eka ho afi for Lasivia Eba Center and afi Enagad enso eya posin ya unya bi anwumre na odi post so ebebo wo amaosen eho atimi ayeden pa ede amanyuma koya da Roma na won besom ye anwumre ede nsami ebesom wakenkafo obahene Kofi Asempa edimeti mene
na nekia acheba acha ebusu ye beda wase papa sa ojebre na utimi ehwe ye muso moboa ye fidie mu ha yeda munyina ase papa ya me ya doma ochira no pa ye besa hia e wo community watch dwumadie so yakramo waka iden he usado